My name is Dennis Coyne. I'm currently president of the Geauga County Bluecoats. It's a charitable organization that was started in 1999 to help support the families of safety officers and firemen killed in the line of duty. This is a vital organization in today's violent society. As an example, in 2007, 155 police officers were killed in the line of duty throughout the United States.
I first became acquainted with Bluecoats as a young police officer in South City of South Euclid in around 1964-65. A young policeman that I knew that was newly appointed to the Cleveland Police Department was shot and killed. He had a young family at that time, a couple of young children. And in hearing what had occurred and how the family was doing after, I heard about Bluecoats, how they had been there immediately and had helped the wife with what she was going to be facing financially, and also helped in any other way. Bluecoats had been there for them all the way as the children grew older and eventually as they went to college. Bluecoats are very important to anybody in the emergency safety forces, because although we think of we're going to be here forever and that things only happen somewhere else, we know from what we read and what we see and what we know personally that they can happen at any time to a policeman, a fireman, or an EMT type officer. Yeah, these were taken during the arrest of some burglary suspects. Some of these were taken from a house where a guy had just been paroled for bank robbery out of Michigan and was having those weapons in his house illegally. Like I said, it's a danger every time the police are involved in seizing these weapons, because they're seized during disturbances where threats are being made to people. They're found in cars in the middle of night when the police doors. They're found taken off of drug dealers. We had a case just a couple months ago where we raided a house, and two of the guys, we kicked in the door. We had the SWAT team there, and two of the suspects were sitting on semi-automatic weapons. So, I mean, our officers were obviously at risk at that point. So what happens in the city happens out here, too.
My 20 years of being the prosecuting attorney, I view the creation of Geauga Bluecoats as probably one of the most important things that we've done. Bluecoats is important because on any given occasion that an officer is responding, or a fireman is responding, or an EMS person is responding to a casualty or a problem in our county, it could very well be their last. They don't know what they're going to come upon. And their children and their wives will stand behind them, but we should stand behind those families, because it's important for them to know that should something happen to their father or mother, that we're there to take care of their immediate needs and to help them get through these trying times of some loved one either being hurt or, God forbid, killed in the line of duty. And I think it's very important that the citizens of this county realize that while we do pay taxes and these people are out there doing it, they're not doing it to make money. They're doing it because they love to take care of us, and they're there to protect and serve us as we need them. And it's a very important thing that we need to show our respect to them.
Crime does occur in Geauga County. We're fortunate here that perhaps we enjoy a level of safety that maybe not every community enjoys. But that doesn't mean that law enforcement is without danger. It's not uncommon for deputies, police officers, to have to encounter persons whose mental capacity is diminished by drugs or alcohol. Methamphetamines make people violent. Deputies, patrolmen, troopers have encountered firearms, have encountered tremendous human violence that has one purpose, and that's to harm the official as they're trying to do their job. Bluecoats is one organization that I hope we never have to call upon. I hope we never lose an officer or in the line of duty. But there is some assurance that if that were to happen, Bluecoats is going to be there, and Bluecoats is going to help where no other organization will help us. One of the things that sets the Geauga County Sheriff's Office apart from the other law enforcement agencies in the county is the large area that we cover. Geauga County encompasses a little over 400 square miles, approximately 95,000 people. Deputies on patrol responding to calls cover very large areas. Their zone, or work area, can actually encompass several townships. We do approximately 40,000 calls a year for service. Oftentimes, Geauga County deputies, as they respond to calls, may find themselves in a position where backup units, assistance, can be many miles away. Miles translates into minutes for help. When you make a traffic stop, you don't always know what you're going to encounter when you're approaching that vehicle. And you may not have the luxury of having another unit just up the street or around the corner to give you assistance. We send our employees on some pretty tough calls. They may be called upon to drive fast. Automobile accidents, a constant risk. They may encounter violence when they arrive at a call, or violence when they're working in a jail. Tragically, sometimes that violence ends bad. And to have an employee and his family suffer a loss is hard. You worry about that. But to realize that the Bluecoats are there and will assist that family, you know, should they lose their husband, father, the Bluecoats are there to at least assist and assure that maybe they're not going to lose the house and face just another catastrophe.
As a chief of police of a small agency, we're very concerned about our officer safeties. This deals with police, fire, EMS, and when you start talking about a small agency, our resources are fairly thin, and we're thinking more about what's happening, keeping the wolf from the door. And what ends up occurring is we tend to think about the actions at hand and trying to prepare for a major catastrophe such as a loss of an officer. It would leave us devastated and ill-prepared to handle those needs of the families of our fallen officers. We see the same types of crimes you see in any large city, the same type of dangers. We face those every day. There's been many times that our agency has handled violent crimes involving weapons, assaults, and quite frankly, the other agencies are a little shocked, and they usually quiet down when they realize that instead of sending 4 or 5 officers to a scene of a violent felon, we may only have the opportunity to send 1 officer. I had a young man take a loaded shotgun to some of his friends, hold them at bay, threaten to kill them, and we were notified. I was the only lone officer working, and called to the Sheriff's Department for assistance, and at the time they were limited manpower, and the time frame was looking at close to 45 minutes for backup. I needed to respond, protect that person. I did go in, remove a loaded firearm from an individual who had a crisis and has some issues, psychological issues that needed to be dealt with. And the Sheriff's Department did arrive shortly thereafter, but and there's times that we don't have the luxury to wait. We have to take action.
Every day, the firefighters in Geauga County risk their lives to protect the people in Geauga County. The EMS workers provide EMS support to the citizens of Geauga County, and the police officers also protect all the citizenry of Geauga County on a daily basis. Bluecoats is important to that. It's an important function to support these people that are helping the people of Geauga County every day. It's reassuring to the public safety workers, specifically, that their families are going to be taken care of. And to their families, it's reassurance, too, that there's an organization out there that's going to help them out, if the worst happens.
Geauga Bluecoats is a wonderful organization of very caring people They care about the people that are protecting the citizens of Geauga County. It's obvious by their commitment to Bluecoats. It's wonderful that the Bluecoats are there. Heaven forbid we should ever need them, but every day that you go out, the firefighters go out, the EMS personnel go out, there's a potential for a serious injury or a death, and it's nice to know that those people are in the background there to help and protect and to help those people along should a tragedy like that occur. They like to remain anonymous many times. They are just there to assist should we need them. They are also very helpful on an annual basis. They've been helpful with providing equipment to the law enforcement and to the firefighters of this county, and it's just very nice to know that they're there to help should we need them.
We're putting together a small nest egg to take care of people. We're not prepared for a huge disaster, but we're certainly prepared to take care of people for the here and now, and we need to continue to raise money because, let's face it, after 9/11, you realize that we could lose a lot of people on any given occasion. You don't know what you're walking into. It could be a bomb. It could be some type of threat that would take a lot of people, not just police, but emergency responders, firemen, EMS. It could take a lot of people at one time, and I think it's very important that we at least try to reduce the amount of risk and exposure we have out there by trying to raise money and be prepared. The money does not go to any individuals. We pay no employees, and our events are all self-funded. So every dime that is put into our organization is only there for the betterment of the Geauga Bluecoats. If anyone is interested in joining Bluecoats at any time, to feel free to give me a call. I'd be glad to chat with them about the real benefits that are derived and invite them to be my guest at any of the functions that we have coming forward so they can appreciate the people who are in this county and how hard they work for you.
Geauga Bluecoats is important to all of us. As a society, we need to support our firemen and our safety officers, and that's what this organization does. The Geauga County Bluecoats assist the safety officers throughout the county by donating equipment every single year. As an example, we have donated a digital fingerprint scanner, a night camera to be used in drug deals. We support Top Gun. We have myself presented a seminar for the law enforcement officers throughout the county to update them on the new laws. And we need your assistance in helping provide the safety equipment in the future.
It's a heartfelt thank you from us, the officers, for what the Bluecoats means to us, to our families, and what they mean to our communities. It's just, to me, it means so much. It has others that care.
Sincerely like to thank the Bluecoat members for being there and for being there for us as we are there for them.